What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central, and in today's video, I want to go back in time a little bit to discuss Artemis versus Keira, but without pets and Ascension. A little while ago, a couple of years ago actually, I did a video discussing B. Doran's free-to-play Blender team using Artemis, and since then, we've gotten tons of new skins. We've gotten the whole Ascension system, right? We've gotten pets. Pets weren't even a thing whenever I did that discussion. And so it's funny to look back at some of these older videos and look at things how they used to be, watch the fights in the video how they used to be. But the clip that I'm about to show you is, it's a free-to-play team using Artemis, okay? And if you want the full video, it's linked in the description box down below. It's the first link. But this is just a shorter clip discussing the pros and cons of using Artemis as a damage dealer over Keira as a damage dealer. And a lot of this stuff still does apply today, even though there are no pets and no Ascension. So be mindful of that. This does not include some of the more current changes to the game, but it is still an interesting watch to kind of put in perspective how good Artemis actually is if you give her a chance. And I prefer Artemis to Keira 6 days out of 7. So, I hope that after this video, you do as well. But remember, at the end, we are going to be giving some stuff away. So even if you do not care about Artemis being better than Keira, at least stay tuned to the end for that. I know that my loyal viewers are going to watch the entire video anyway. If you're looking for an absolutely free way to support the channel, just click that like button. That's all you got to do.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
So let's talk a little bit more in depth about some of the upsides. You don't need Keira's winter skin. Keira's winter skin on Facebook is incredibly difficult to get, considering you can only get it during the Winterfest event. On mobile, of course, there's no issue, and you can get Keira's armor penetration skin at any time. I already mentioned that you don't need Anvari. You don't need him. You could. I mean, you could probably build this team very similar to the Keira Blender team using, Jet and Dorian. It couldn't hurt, but you don't need them in order for this team to be effective. It's a little stronger versus the twins, this team, because Thea has her team silence, and those twins matchups that you have trouble with, just toss in Rufus, and you can see a twins fight that I do later on where I just throw in Rufus, and I all of a sudden am able to beat the twins. So a lot of fun there. It is a not an auto win against the twins, much like the Keira teams are not an auto win versus the twins, but it's a little stronger versus them than the Keira team is. And one of the last upsides is that Artemis is safer near the back. Keira is in that second position. Kark is in that second position. With Keira being so close to the front, she often gets a lot of splash damage. She often is susceptible to those enemy Jorgens to slow you down. But with Artemis being near the back, she's a lot safer. She doesn't get blinded by enemy foxes and teams, counter heroes such as that. So in that regard, it is a little nicer. Some of the downsides, though, just like any other critical hit damage dealer, very weak to Helios. So most Orion, Dorian, Helios teams are an auto lose facing this team. You just can't do it. There's probably a way to beat him. I tried it with Rufus. I tried it with a couple other things. The rank 6 fight that we'll see a little bit later on in this video is an example of not being able to beat ODH teams. Of course, there's Aurora and Sebastian on that team as well. And you need a lot of skins leveled up in Artemis to get her as strong as Keira. A lot of her critical hit stat, a lot of her armor penetration stat comes from skins. And while you do need to level up Keira's skins, just like you would need to level up Artemis's skins, Artemis has 4 and Keira only has 3, yet Keira is already still a pretty strong hero to use. So just a fun little team. I mentioned earlier that B. Doran, one of my subscribers and a really big friend to the community, came up with this probably a little while ago, and I hadn't really given it much attention until recently. But the whole point of this video is to just discuss how a couple of things. First of all, Artemis is probably outshined by some of the more popular heroes, but that doesn't mean that she's not good. And, there are different teams that you can go with. And would this team be better with the support of maybe Anvari or Jet or Dorian? Maybe. But they would cost a lot more. It would take a lot longer to build. This team can be basically done by the end of your first month of playing. And because of that, I think this is one of the better free-to-play teams that you can build, especially if you're a free-to-play player and you keep missing these events, especially if you're a Facebook player, I should doubly say. That would make this a whole lot easier. We've come to the end of the video and we got to pick a name. How this works, guys, you should know by now. Be a Facebook and web specific Hero Wars player. Leave a comment on my Hero Wars Facebook and web specific videos, such as this one. This one would be a good example. If you're curious about what comment to leave on this video, write Artemis if you prefer Artemis. Write Keira if you prefer Keira. That's all you need to write. That's it. That's all the comment you need to leave. We're going to pick names at random, and the last Facebook and web specific video had 75 unique comments. Also, I don't really think you need a spreadsheet after a while. You just know what heroes can counter other heroes. Icy Killa, I could not agree with you more. Please get a hold of me on Discord or Facebook Messenger to give you a reward. On screen now is a link to the full video, the full free-to-play Artemis Blender video that I was discussing in this video. Of course, like I said, it's a little bit dated at this point. Maybe we should update it. Maybe we should build a new Artemis free-to-play Blender. In fact, that video's on screen as well, because I think I did that one also by now. Check those out if you have time. If not, that's okay too. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.